tip-off. It's the SEC on ESPN on a Super Tuesday from Oxford, Mississippi. And our matchup, the Rebels of Ole Miss on their home floor against the number 18 Wildcats of Kentucky.
Coming through a screen and still launched one from way outside. Here's Harrison for three. Got it. Andrew Harrison makes up for the turnover on the last trip with the opening basket for Kentucky. And Aaron Jones will pull down the miss. Now, long lead pass underneath, rejected by Julius Randle.
Yeah. Head towards March. One of them is their transition defense. Now, this time Randle's there to make him erase a mistake. But initially, that ball got to
Cauley-Stein, who just checked in. He's been the starter most of the year. Here's Young for three.
Ole Miss gambles, they go zone, and Young is the guy that can shoot him out of that zone defense.
Extension for Andy here. The all-time winningest coach in Ole Miss history.
First look at the press. If you're Kentucky, don't settle for jump shots, shoot layups, or dunks. There you go. Very well done.
And Harrison gets it inside for the flush by Randle. Kentucky jumps out to a great start here. They give up the first basket of the night. They've scored 8 straight since. Timeout, Ole Miss. Great job in transition by Kentucky to get it to the right guy on the baseline, and a great feed inside from Harrison. Anderson, nice pick and roll inside, but Cauley-Stein with a block. Jared Polson in the lineup for Kentucky. Here's Randle. Works inside, left-hand hook.
Again, he can just out-bully people 15 feet and in. The most physical guy we have in the college game right now.
Kentucky's 12. Aaron pass. And going the other way is Aaron Harrison.
What does John Calipari do? Without Marshall Henderson on the floor, he goes zone.
Nuances.
That's what I'm talking about with Randle. His speed and his quickness. And when he goes one-way strong and he doesn't dance with the basketball, that's when he's at his best. And there's that length outside on top of the Kentucky zone that's physically whipping people right now on the offensive glass. If you don't want to rebound, you don't want to win. And Ole Miss better get on top of it.
Polson for three. He's a pretty good three-point shooter.
Shot if that number stays above 50% on the glass.
Also, Kentucky's already hit 3 threes. And they haven't hit the midway point of the first half. Nice feed underneath the Randle from Harrison.
Yeah, that zone doesn't rotate down and get your body in front of Randle. It's going to become a dunk contest.
That all night long.
Absolutely.
Runner on the inside is no good, and Andrew Harrison trying to save it, gets it back to Perez. Ole Miss can't buy one around the basket close. Lob underneath, and a reverse layup for Harrison.
That's just the pure talent that Kentucky can throw at you. Handlers and multiple guys as finishers. Rare in the college game right now.
The lead goes double digits, and it's going to get worse. Look out below. 10 for Randle. The lead is 12. Timeout, Ole Miss.
John Calipari was concerned how his guys would handle the loss to Florida and then coming to Oxford and getting right back into the grind of conference play. Well, they've been alert, they've been active. Both their man and their zone has been really good. There's the power drive and the power pass from Harrison to Randle. That's what I'm talking about. This time it's Young, the 3-man, throwing the finish to the 2-guard. And Kentucky can just eat you up, Brad, physically on the defensive end of the floor. They can power run you through gaps. And if you're
12, and he won't be back out there for quite a while, I wouldn't guess, in this half, if at all.
As they shrink the gap zone by Ole Miss. And when you shrink the gap and you shrink the floor and you give up a lot of play around the rim, you're not ready to play.
A tough shot by Anthony Perez. And finally, the drought for the Rebels is over. Another lob. Same result. James Young again. Got it back to the outside. And they look to John Calipari and set things up in the half court.
They're trying to throw the lob again. This time it's Johnson inside trying to set the back screen.
Harrison, and that is a 3.
They were stagnant. A lot of possessions against Florida, not getting started until about 23 or 24 on the clock.
Young faked the 3, the kick out. Poitras will try a 3. You got it.
Well, you got to take away something. Ole Miss is trying to shrink the gaps and not getting beat off the bounce, and Kentucky's now making them pay after the gap attack with a kick out.
In the first half, Young at back-to-back easy backdoor lobs for the dunk. That's given Kentucky. Baseline jumper, tough shot off the side of the backboard by Josar. And now Harrison runs it the other way and scores.
Ole Miss can't stop the ball. Very simply, they cannot stop the ball.
The Harrison twins roll it around to Young. Kick out, Aaron Harrison, three-pointer, got it.
Andy Kennedy just rolling the dice. He's packing that defense in, inviting Kentucky to take threes, and Kentucky's making threes.
Perez on the drive, and he ran into, I think, his own man. And here comes Cauley-Stein, and Kentucky 4-on-1. And Harrison got it right back to Cauley-Stein, who made the defensive play, and he gets the offensive score on the other end. Biggest lead of the night.
Same warning signs I did in terms of what Kentucky's coming off of at Rupp Arena Saturday night in a loss, and then how they would respond 72 hours later. And they have been active. They've ran hard. They've moved the ball well. And again, multiple guys.
Georgia at Tennessee as part 2 of Super Tuesday.
What a blessing that thing didn't fall about 8 hours later, huh?
No kidding. There's another lob attempt. Young got it back because Randall couldn't handle it, and he got it in before the buzzer.
5 guys gang rebounding in this game.
Here's Randall on the drive. Wow. Just powered it in with the left hand.
I'm telling you, from 15 feet and in, no one in college basketball is stronger or more determined than this cat.
And now the runner by Summers won't go. Young for 3. It's just getting worse instead of better for the Rebels.
Well, when Kentucky's making threes, then they can play with anyone in the country.
Perez up and in. Nice drive. They don't get back quick enough on defense, and Young makes them pay. And as good as they were, there wasn't really anything as far as championships or anything won by those guys. Here's Harrison on the break. And again, Ole Miss doesn't get back.
That he had to mix with those young freshmen, and he just doesn't have that type of player from Willie Cauley-Stein or Poitras to help these 5 guys right now.
Yeah. Young fouled by Saiz as a little bit of pushing and shoving under the basket. The officials, whoops, continues. Doug Schaus gets in there. Rick Hartzell gets in. Mike Kitts has got a hold of Cauley-Stein. And now John Calipari is coming out to make sure it doesn't escalate any further. They switch off on him, and he goes all the way around the baseline to kick it outside. And block shot underneath by Cauley-Stein. Looked like Colby had an easy dunk on the way, and Cauley-Stein said, nah, blocking shots this year. One of the best in the SEC. Proving it right there with 11:13 to go. She was going fins up Landshark. They haven't had enough of those tonight.
Now you look at Florida, watch out.
Whoa, Poitras. Beautiful lob by Harrison.
You look at Florida on top of the standings and getting ready to run away with this thing in the SEC. Both ends of the floor. They're playing as well as anybody in college ball, and the game official is going to have to check this rim on this end when the game's over as well to make sure it's still level.
On a runner, Summers can't get it. And Polson, the outlet to Harrison to Aaron Harrison. And missed on that last dunk attempt. Polson for 3. Cauley-Stein underneath. And basket interference. They're going to give it to Cauley-Stein. The 8 in a 10-point game. Got it. Anthony Perez, 72-62. And a little trouble by Kentucky getting it in to Harrison. He got it ahead to Randall. And Randall takes it all the way to Cauley-Stein. He missed, though, in close. And here comes Summers. And one.
Team, and now they will have to fight their way out of this thing.
Another three-point play, back-to-back three-point plays the old-fashioned way, and it's 72-65. And now Randall is fouled by Perez.
And Perez just continues to attack ball handlers in the open floor.
And Randall has hit 6 straight free throws.
We already have ourselves a ball game, but Henderson did nothing in the first 20.
Boy, Randall almost perfect from the free throw line. 90% for a 71% free throw shooter. As we approach 2 minutes.
You switch out, and now you have a mismatch with a screener, and there they go to work.
Perez is just feeling it right now. Everything he throws up, he feels good about.
Brett, all it is right now for Ole Miss is Marshall Henderson running to his left, forcing Kentucky to switch, and then attacking the switch.
Randall fouled again on his way to the basket. The 6'9" freshman from Dallas will miss one of these. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, he's got a nice routine going.
20 points is his 7th time this year, 20 plus.
Yeah.
And he's just not going to miss.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And quick timeout as they get into the front court with 1:57 remaining.
I'm going to try that and see if anything comes to me.
Perez. Oh, man. Off the window for 3.
Well, when you lose your fight, then good things start happening for the other team, especially on their home floor. Of a guy that hates to lose. That's what you look for.
And they force Kentucky into its 20th turnover or get a stop.
Kentucky hasn't been real clean against this 1-3-1. And the ball has not gotten below the free throw line extended yet. And we're at 11 seconds on the shot clock.
And now under 10. Cross pass to Randall. Henderson almost got to that. And Randall goes up and muscles another one in.
When I'm telling you, from 15 feet and down, that cat is the most physically dominant guy we have in the game.
Henderson launches a 3. Little too strong off the back of the iron. Summers will try his own. He missed it. A 3rd chance. Trying to get it to Henderson in some traffic. He throws up a prayer, and Cauley-Stein's going to pull down the loose ball, and he'll be fouled. And they will have their 20th win of the season again, and their 10th win in conference play. They had to battle at the end, though. It got a little tight at one point. But the Wildcats go to an 84-70 final. That's going to do it for us. Don't forget, Super Tuesday now heads to Knoxville. For Shannon Spake and Jimmy Dykes, Brad Nessel saying so long from Oxford. Let's head to Thompson Bowling Arena. Joe.